it's a game that we won, and it's a good win, but there's still some things that we got to talk about here. Again, we've faced another bad team, and right now, I'm not understanding the Curtis Weaver philosophy, where what it seems like at the moment is that whoever has a good tight end on their team, they will completely wreck up our defense. I'm not really understanding, when you have Jalen Ramsey, the whole thing behind it right now, where we'll get over to the stats, but we'll talk about Curtis Weaver right now, where this defense looks suspect. It'll be Tua Tagovailoa, 28 for 36, 288 yards, 3 tutties. Looked amazing today. Devon Achane, 17 for 73 yards and a touchdown, and then also did amazing in the receiving game. You got Jonnu Smith, 6 for 101 yards. He's been a godsend. Just guy is amazing. Tyreek Hill, 7 for 61 and a touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 2 for 37, 4 for 32 for Devon Achane, and a couple of catches for Julian Hill and Odell Beckham and Malik Washington. So, the interception by Jalen Ramsey, and we'll get into this. The first point that I want to make is that I think that nobody can take away at this point that Tua Tagovailoa, we'll probably get some comments on this video, but Tua's a top 5 quarterback in the league. I don't care what you have to say. This defense gave a lot to Lamar Jackson. It did a lot to, it is something that right now, when you watch Tua play, I think he's finally become the adult that we all the football player adult that we've all kind of wanted to, where you're not going to see the Lamar Jackson stuff, the running around and all that garbage. But I'm going to be honest with you, after watching this game, you don't really need that. It's what Tua brings to this game is cerebral intelligence and accuracy. You don't need to throw the ball 70 yards. Anthony Richardson does that. He sucks. You don't need to be doing all the running stuff because that never gets you anywhere. Patrick Mahomes wins because he's smarter, and obviously quick intermission. If you're liking this video, do me that favor, hit the like, hit that subscribe. He has all the physical attributes, but he wins because he's smarter. That's why he beats Josh Allen all the time. That's why he's the best quarterback. That's why Peyton Manning was. That's why Tom Brady was. That is why, blanking on whoever else, but this is why these quarterbacks were the best. Not because of their physical traits, which some of these people tend to want to see. That gets you injuries. It's about the cerebral play that Tua brings to this team. When you watch this guy play, 28 for 36, missing 8 passes, basically almost a 70% completion percentage again, you get to see a person that understands how to play football. Now, of course, the injuries, I totally get that. And when he runs around, we get a little scared. But it is what it is. Honestly, the way that he's playing right now, it is against good and bad teams. He plays well. He's not really doing much besides the fumbles. That's what could get better, and that's basically it. He is now more agile in the pocket and is extending plays just like those other guys. Now, do I want him to do that all the time? Absolutely not. But he's extending plays left and right, getting the ball down the field, and winning us games. The thing that we're going to talk about next is that he's winning us games. I mean, the Rams game, the defense was there, but the defense is not. And this is something we're going to talk about right now. I don't know what is going on with Curtis Weaver, where we just can't put it all together. At the end of the day, this is the team that you chose. These are the players that you chose. All we were really missing today is Kendall Fuller, which I get it. It's a big blow, but I mean, the defense that we have right now, it just seems like every tight end can just expose this defense over and over again. I mean, I'm watching this game, and we'll get into the film breakdown later on this week, but watching this game, and all I see is Brock Bowers wide open every single time. And when you really think about the Oakland Raiders offense, there is nobody else besides Brock Bowers. So the fact that he had 120 yards on us, I mean, that's ridiculous. That's not good football. And I think with the coach right now, this is why I think Curtis Weaver, he's going to get a head coach job, maybe, but I don't think that he should. I don't think that he's ready. Some of these game plans, I'm not really truly. We're playing way too far back on some of these players. And again, any team that has a good tight end, they're just targeting that. And it's not like we have bad linebackers. Anthony Walker is not bad. He actually had some really good years with Cleveland. Jordan Brooks is actually a really good linebacker. It's not like we have bad linebackers, but they are just exposing, I think, honestly, Anthony Weaver's defense, because he doesn't know how to play these guys, it seems. It seems like, we played the Rams. Guess what? They don't have a good tight end on their team, so it was a little bit easier. And honestly, when you have Jalen Ramsey and Kendall Fuller on both sides, it makes it a lot easier for any coach. You just kind of keep them on coverage on both the players, and you don't have to worry about it a lot. But the thing that you do have to coach is against the tight ends. That's seemingly the only thing that we can't figure out how to stop. And it's very scary because you consider this, I'm considering right now the way that we're playing, we are going to make a playoff push. But the best teams in the league, Kansas City Chiefs, Buffalo Bills, Baltimore Ravens, et cetera, et cetera. These guys all have really good tight ends. So if we're playing these teams and they just expose us with the tight end play, it's going to be hard to win against some of these teams. So what I'm saying right now is he's got to figure out some sort of game plan, because this was a team that we should not have let them go down the field and score on us the way that they did multiple times. This was a team that really couldn't move the ball against any teams. And Brock Bowers is just wide open on every single play. I can understand they're making contested catches. He's having a great... Dude was wide open on almost every single play. And as a fan, and honestly, you just kind of consider this. I get having a good game plan, but as a defensive coach, there's no way that this dude is wide open on every single play, especially when he's their best offensive player. The defense is really freaking me out right now. But the offense, the last point I'm going to make, Mike McDaniel has figured it out, and for what it is, yes, the backup quarterback sucked, and maybe this offense is way too complicated for backup quarterbacks. I get it. But with Tua in, man, I think Tua brings that leadership that calms Mike McDaniel down, and I think with this year, it has been a back against the wall year, and you've had to make a lot of adjustments that you wouldn't normally make throughout the season. And kind of when you see Mike McDaniel talk, he kind of just looks more like a head coach. He doesn't look like a little kid. He looks way more like a head coach. And that's something that I just am really enjoying seeing. He looks like he's grown up. He's had the adversity. He talks about it all the time. I think he had the adversity and kind of took his own advice and started really implementing what he needed to do. It's win or go home, and I think it is in his brain as well too, that it's win or go home. You need to start winning, and whoever is not playing winning football does not play. And you see that with Mostert. One thing I don't get is Julian Hill, but with the defensive players, if you're not playing winning football, you don't play for the Miami Dolphins. And it's really exciting to watch. At the end of the day, like I said, defense needs to get it together, because this is ridiculous at this point. But if we can continue playing offense like this and the defense can start working its way back, we get Bradley Chubb, we get Isaiah Wynn, and we start making a push for the playoffs. That's crazy to see, but it's because Tua is one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and I don't care what you have to say. He is, and he's proven it over and over again. It's time to stop this conversation. The injury, I get. He's top 5 quarterback in the league. Every time he steps on the field, he plays elite, and he's doing it again. Fins up, baby. Love you all. Peace.